Hello everyone. So in previous session, I have said that in our coming sessions, we will discuss more about entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship and their entrepreneurial journey. So that's why in this session, we will discuss about two real life examples of entrepreneurs and their entrepreneurial journey. First one is about Mr. Shiv Kumar. Mr. Shiv Kumar was a manager in ITC's agri-business unit. ITC, an Indian company, is also a MNC, multinational conglomerate, headquartered in Kolkata, West Bengal. One fine day, Mr. Shiv Kumar went to ITC's chairman and asked for rupees 50 lakh to implement the idea of e-Chopal. Mr. Shiv Kumar knew that in rural areas, farmers are very much dependent on middlemen almost for everything. To get idea regarding market linkage, to get idea regarding agricultural practices, to get some inputs that are required for agricultural practices. So that's why Mr. Shiv Kumar wanted to remove the middleman from farmers' producing activities. So he introduced e-Chopal. During that time when e-Chopal was introduced, there was no smartphone. So that's why during that time e-Chopal was launched as an internet portal service. But today it has its own app. Today even every rural household, not if every, but yeah, most of the rural household at least have the access to smartphones. Although it hasn't been penetrated inclusively yet, but still. So that's why the app has also launched. In rural areas, farmers access the internet service by going to ICT center, that is Information Communication Technology Centers. These are usually available in rural areas. And in rural areas, ICT centers are equipped with computers and internet facilities. And the one who runs these ICT centers helps the farmers to access the internet service. And in this way, farmers used to get all sorts of information regarding weather, best agricultural practices, market condition like commodity price from those internet portal service. And eventually this has enhanced the productivity of farmers. This has helped farmers to reduce their dependency on middlemen. And ultimately this has increased the goodwill of ITC in rural areas and amongst those farmers. ITC procures raw materials from those farmers and then put those raw materials in value chain activities to produce value-added products and finished products. And in this way, these farmers started giving their raw materials more and more to ITC. Today, this e-Chopal facility have reached to many villages of India. Next example which I have taken is of Mr. Sundar Pichai. Yes, we all are aware of him. Mr. Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google. He is an Indian. He comes from a very humble background. And yeah, he is a very visionary man. He exactly knows what he wants. He is very much a purposeful person. During 2004, he started working with Google's search toolbar team. And since then, everyone was very much impressed with him due to his dedication, his integrity, his working style. The famous web browser Google Chrome is Mr. Sundar Pichai's brainchild. Yes, it was Sundar Pichai who invented Google Chrome. Just like entrepreneurs, even intrapreneurs face many hurdles. Initially, when Mr. Sundar Pichai pitched the idea that Google must have its own web browser, everyone thought that this is a valueless idea. But later circumstances enabled everyone to believe him. And the invention of this web browser Google Chrome was a turning point for both Google and Sundar Pichai. And today Sundar Pichai is valued and respected all over the world as much as an entrepreneur. So these are two great examples. There are many such examples are there of great intrapreneurs. Well, I know none of them are rural intrapreneurs, but Mr. Shiv Kumar's case is very much related to rural areas, because Mr. Shiv Kumar's idea of e-Chopal was for rural areas, was for those rural entrepreneurs. He was an intrapreneur and his idea helped the rural entrepreneurs who are in agricultural sector. So just in the same way, entrepreneurs are of as importance as in rural entrepreneurship as well. So in one of our previous sessions, we have discussed 4 types of rural entrepreneurship, which are very much specific to rural areas, because those are very much human centric, very much community centric. So in those types of rural entrepreneurship, the ownership is being shared by all the members. That's why every member has to play the role of both entrepreneur and intrapreneur. So in this way we can get that a rural entrepreneur has much more responsibilities. After all, an intrapreneur is someone who must have the qualities of an entrepreneur as well as managerial skills. So that makes the rural entrepreneurs much more responsible. They have to be multitasker. They have to play the role of both entrepreneur and intrapreneur. So in this session, friends, we have discussed 2 examples of intrapreneur and their intrapreneurial journey, that is of Mr. Shiv Kumar and Mr. Sundar Pichai. We have also discussed that how intrapreneurship is important in rural areas as well, because in rural areas intrapreneur and entrepreneur has to be played by a single entrepreneur. So that's all for this session, friends. In coming session we will discuss a bit more about intrapreneurs and entrepreneurship. Till then, goodbye, take care.